All right, round two of the tournament. I've gotten tripped up in some round twos of tournaments this year. Well, really just one, maybe I'm thinking of. But anyway, I'm looking forward to playing against Robert, who I've never played in a real league before. I believe he mentioned our match in a league that may or may not exist before, but yeah, I don't even know if I count that one. Robert's obviously very good. He's only gotten better, I think, as he's played more in all of the leagues this year. And he's a nice guy. So it's going to be a chill match. If I win, great. But it's not one that I'm going to stress out about, I guess, because whatever the outcome, I'm happy. And if Robert moves on, good luck to him. But maybe better luck to me. We'll see. It should be a fun and close match.
Hey, I'm here to bring the fire. Screw Scott Harvey. Nah, no, that's not right. That doesn't feel right to me. Yeah, I thought he was just going to skip over the one thing that we did. I count everything, even if it doesn't count. So I'm 0-1 against Scott. That's how I see it. I've had my own little share of hiccups with regular movie trivia second rounds here this year. So I would like to get on the plus side of that. We all know that we're both just kind of fighting to be the sacrificial lamb of the one seed, but you never know. Scott's a cool dude. I'm really looking forward to getting to play this. I really want a good match. I think that's how it will end up. Yeah, no hard feelings either way. Coming to win. Hopefully that happens. Let's go, Ansel.
What is up, assholes? Welcome back to Opening Night Trivia. I'm low energy and sort of sick. Alex is here to be funny. How are you?
What up, dorks? No, it's good to be here. When you need a high energy hype man, you know who you call. Your boy. Yeah, here in continuing our coverage of the Ontel Singles Tournament. That's the Ontel Singles Tournament, the worst one. I'm kidding. Actually, no, we have a tag division. It's also pretty
you don't have a singles tournament, Alex. Go fuck it.
It's a shit. We have a shit teams division as well. Both guys as a second round match, right? I think it's. I hope so, because in the last round, Scott beat me, and Robert, of course, beating another person that occasionally wears a crown. Weird how those themes come back every now and then. So one of the major knocks against Scott is that he occasionally has a faltering in the Ontel round 2, which he actually nailed against me. So maybe Robert loses. I don't know. But also, Robert is having an incredible year. I don't know if we can spoil that stuff yet. Who else? But he's having a great time. He's just lighting the world on fire right now. So I think we should really get down to it. Introducing first. With a record of
3 wins and 1 defeat. I forgot TKOs and KOs today.
Yeah.
It's number 13 seed, the Esquire, Scott Harvey.
I wore this Balls hat just for you, Alex.
And
I
his
ruined
opponents,
the Nightmare on Elm Street hoodie for no reason.
with a record of 3 wins and 0 defeats, I believe 2 technical knockouts. Not just 1. I'm tired. It is the Ghost, Robert Castner.
Nope, you're right with 2. And I wore this thing about a losing team because I hate them right now.
Okay. Round 1, whiteboard round. 10 questions in a variety of trivia categories. After ask the question, you'll have 20 seconds to write it down. After 20 seconds, you'll both present your answer and speak it. Each correct answer is worth a point. If you get all 10 correct, your bonus question also worth a point. I will hit you with your first question if you're both ready. In the category of fantasy sci-fi, who stars as Sam in 2009's Moon? What's your favorite Moon?
I would have to say that my favorite Moon is one that I saw at a concert when I was 13 years old.
Keith Moon of Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah, sure.
I meant like some dude's ass. 5,
Yeah,
4,
girl.
2, 1. Robert
I'm between Jackie Moon and Moon Bloodgood. Sam Rockwell.
and Scott.
It was Sam Rockwell.
Correct.
Cue the dancing gif. Your second question will come in the category of 2010s. Jenny Slate Riz Ahmed, and Michelle Williams appear in what 2010s comic book film?
We can just like count down now, right? Like we're all good.
You can if you want to get this thing a rolling. That's fine. Okay.
My favorite movie is one from Majora's Mask. I like the idea of just like being screamed at every night.
Oh my god, yeah.
5,
Every 3 days,
3,
it's
2,
the apocalypse.
1. Scott
I was terrible at that game. Oh, Venom.
and Robert.
Beat it once and then I put it away and never again. Venom.
We were looking for knock knock, let the devil in. Quite a document. Next question comes in the category of westerns. Which famous outlaw leads the titular characters in 1988's Young Guns?
I will say that having a disaster every 3 days is actually my life. So if you wanted to live it,
Typically, there's also untold release schedule.
oh god, I'm teammates with who?
You're upset. I am
cannot wait
reunited
for
once
that.
again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Robert
Billy the Kid.
and Scott.
Billy the Kid.
Both correct.
Total guess.
All right, we go now to drama. All Quiet on the Western Front follows soldiers from what country?
Now, would you call this a western? Because they're on a western. Like there's not like an eastern front per se, but like, you know.
I feel like you just wanted to quote some facts at me, and I don't.
No, I just think there should be cowboys in this movie. 5, 4,
Prefer aliens.
2, 1.
Either way.
Scott
I think it's Germany.
and Robert.
Is that France?
Germany is correct. Your fifth question now coming of age. Which coming of age film and its remake are set in the town of Beaumont? So, fun fact. My dad used to play softball in a city named Beaumont. Spelled differently, though. It was spelled like Bow Bridges.
Fun fact: I just got a dresser because my sister thinks I'm a flight risk.
I need that joke explained to me. 5, 4,
I
3,
liked it.
2, 1. Robert
Footloose?
and Scott.
I also said Footloose.
Both correct.
Going to horror. What 80s horror film features products labeled Contamination Hazard Urban Disposal?
So, Alex, are you washing your clothes currently?
Am I currently doing it? No, I finished earlier today.
I think I hear a washer going off in the background. Like there's some rocks in it.
It's not me. Why it would be in my room, I have no idea. This is clearly a bedroom sitch.
Also, welcome to October, everyone. Horrors category. 5, 3, 2, 1. Scott,
I'm not overthinking it. Is it Chud?
Robert.
Is it? I said they live. Is it Chud?
Chud is correct.
Yeah.
Because I am an asshole.
That was a Michael Campbell question right there.
Your pre-ante penultimate question comes in recent releases. Besides swimming, name another part of the triathlon the children compete in Luca.
A movie that everyone liked, but I could not finish.
Before this match started, we were talking about movies that should be gayer. Add this to the list.
Yeah, it deserved like a 10 to 15.
There's a read of the movie where it clearly is, but yeah,
Well, you know, it very much is just like yo.
they did as much as Pixar can get away with. I think.
Four.
We weren't talking about that.
Yes, we were. Robert. Robert
Viking.
and Scott.
Cycling.
Both correct. Also looking for eating.
We go now to biopics. Sam Shepard and Scott Glenn star in which 80s biopic? To be fair to you, Adelaide, we do frequently talk about which movies should be gayer.
That should be like a podcast for us. Just like let's go through the movies. Should this be gay? Yes or no? And just as a checklist every week.
Yeah. But every week the checklist says yes.
And we host it from Eastern Europe, so we call it the checklist.
Oh,
5, 4, 3,
puns are
2,
astounding.
1. Scott didn't like that. Go ahead.
This is one of my dad's favorite movies, The Right Stuff.
And Robert.
The Right Stuff.
Both correct. Your penultimate question coming in the category of action adventure. In Face Off, Castner Troy gropes a woman with what profession at the airport? This is an all-time movie, and I can say that officially.
It's not.
So good.
I saw that you put it on your top 100. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I can just plug the shit out of that now that I'm publicly on it.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
5. I aim every day. 4, 3, 2, 1. Robert
Flight attendant.
and Scott.
I think the run-ins here. I said nurse.
Looking for none.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
With
right.
that, no perfect round, so I can save that for another match. Go on to the last question.
The last question will come from the category of scores and soundtracks. Which Oscar winner composed the scores for Patton, Logan's Run, and Chinatown?
Technically, there's 10 movies a week on the show, so I could just do a round one with only my top 100 for that week and see who's watched the show.
Well, I'm literally on the show, so
I feel a bit unfair then.
Scott,
Probably
you
will
can't
just
have it.
continue to not write it until 2 hours before the
Until
match
obscure
days.
German films come up, then I just sync everyone. 5,
Sounds like you.
3, 2, 1. Scott
I said Elmer Bernstein.
and Robert.
Is it Bernard Herrmann?
Both incorrect. Looking for Jerry Goldsmith.
Really?
Yeah. With that, Scott has a lead out of round 1, 8-6. Going into round 2. Round 2 is known as the deep cut round. For this match, each player picked a movie for their opponent to study. They will receive 5 questions in both the chosen films. A correct answer for their own is worth 1 point. However, a correct answer for their opponents is worth 2. Scott, you're in the lead. Would you like your film first or second?
Let's take Law and Order with Demons first. I'll go with Robert's movie.
Shocking. This is Robert's pick for the day. I will be giving you your questions in The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Your first question. What country was the neurologist sailing to that Erin wanted to bring into the trial? So, fun fact. Every time I hear about this movie, I think it's that shitty Anya Taylor-Joy movie from 2016 where she's created in a vat or something.
Morgan.
Yeah.
That's actually a decent movie. It's not that bad.
She just looks like she has an exorcism on her, you know? 5, 4, 3, 2.
I love that you equate these.
Robert
Costa Rica.
and Scott.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I said New Zealand.
Costa Rica is correct. Where specifically was the possible epileptic focus found on the EEG on Emily?
Nailed it first try.
I did actually. I thought it was epileptic, but no, there's an I there. I just can read.
100% success rate reading these questions.
How are you doing?
I took a sleeping pill not that long ago, and I'm going to be honest. It's happening.
Not helping out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Scott
I think Alex cursed me with what he said pre-match. I said I.
and Robert.
Front left temporal lobe.
I would say we can give you the points. We only have left temporal lobe.
I
So you
think
were more specific than we were looking for.
Yeah, if
I think
Scott
it's
wants to challenge, that's fine.
It's probably right. I mean, yeah, I won't challenge.
When you said specific, I thought you meant that specific.
Fair. Your third question. What is Erin's middle name? What's your middle name?
I, like many living Americans, don't have one. I have two last names, though.
Nice.
Unlike many living Americans.
I like it.
You could just make your middle name Frost, like complete like the timeline.
Yeah,
5,
sure.
4,
Not all that
3,
paperwork.
2, 1. Robert
ECB, Erin Christine Bruner.
and Scott.
Christine.
John Carpenter is correct. Your fourth question. Graham Cartwright was Moore's parishioner at what church? What is a I don't know what that
Parishioner.
is.
Parishioner.
Am I the only heathen here?
My father actually was a pastor,
Mm.
which explains a lot about me, to be perfectly honest.
I thought a parishioner just lived in France. 4, 3, 2, 1. Scott
I don't know. St. Michael's.
and Robert.
St. Vincent's.
St. Vincent's is correct.
I own like 3 of her albums.
And your last question. What language did Emily study in high school? Are you ready to ask questions so I can take a nap?
Yeah, you know me. I got your back, Adelaide.
Are you Katana?
Of course.
If I had to describe myself as
Yo,
one of the
yeah.
Suicide Squad,
4, 3, 2, 1. Robert
German.
and Scott.
Nope, I said Hebrew.
German is correct. With that, Robert picking up a clean sweep up to 11 points. Scott just hitting 1, so he's at 10. Going into Scott's film, who'd have guessed it, Lil Women.
It was in my top 3 of what I thought he would pick.
Alex, done with the questions.
I would love to. It's a great movie. Your first question: what is the name of the publishing company Mr. Dashwood works for?
I was going to reference this in the opening bit. I didn't want to, though. Scott was mad that he missed a question from his favorite movie of all time in the last match. But seeing his pain missing this in like his last title match, I'm terrified of what today will bring.
It was a low for me for sure.
Other leagues. 4, 3, 2, 1. Scott
Roberts Brothers.
and Robert.
Said Robert's Brothers Publishing.
Both are correct. Alex, hit him with the second question.
Second question: what specifically are the girls at Amy's school trading and using as currency?
These are my little questions.
I can tell you at my school we used fists as currency.
I was a little bummed at the.
Like DVD copies of the movie Fist.
Not
Oh, yeah.
4, 3,
teeth
So
was
much
the
currency.
change.
1. Robert
Pickled limes.
and Scott.
Pickled limes.
Both correct.
What? Third question: when talking about Laurie's proposal, Marmee says that what is not the same as loving?
We stand this entire cast.
Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved. Do you know what song is 11 years old?
What?
Owl City's Fireflies.
Holy God.
Repeat the question. Repeat the question.
All right, Scott's first repeat.
I think of
Absolutely.
how to word it.
When talking about Laurie's proposal, Marmee says that what is not the same as loving?
Alex now makes the rest of us feel old, if not I'm the youngest one here.
I mean,
Yeah.
pretty old. Getting old. It's
It is legitimately like half of my life has been with that song in existence.
about a third of mine.
It's great for you. Holy shit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scott
being loved.
And Robert.
I have being loved as well.
Verbatim correct.
Okay.
Well done. Fourth question. Where does Jo get rid of her letter she wrote for Lori, theoretically accepting his proposal after learning he married Amy instead?
I'm going to fix how that was spelled in the document before I forget. Editors, I got you. I said any instead.
I saw that, but I'm a professional. And unless David is out here writing questions about Little Women, I wasn't going to say anything.
5, 4,
Because I respect your question writers.
2, 1. Robert
The pond in the woods.
and Scott.
It's like I said, a stream or a creek.
I would say to give it to Scott and not Robert, leaning forward specifically a river.
Yeah, I don't think a pond would be exactly what
Yeah.
it is.
Okay. I thought they skated on a pond, and I thought that's what that same body of water was.
I like
They do skate on a
no.
pond, but I'm not sure that was.
You
the
can
same.
challenge if you'd like, but otherwise I think
I'm going to
we'll go.
challenge just
Okay.
because I thought it was nebulous enough that it could be either.
All right, so we can go to the challenge. We'll be right back. All right, so we reviewed the scene multiple times. We don't get a wide shot of that, unfortunately. So it could be either or. So we will scrap the question and give something new, and Robert will keep his challenge. So Alex, go with a new question.
That sweet replacement question. When Amy is going to Europe, she says it's because Aunt March wants to have her work on her art and learn what?
I like learning about really shitty films that some nerds liked 20 years ago. I'm watching Star
Well,
Trek right now.
I have a hobby for you.
Oh, it's called being a geek player. That's like
Yeah.
your life.
It's
Would
pain.
you like to obsess about Tank Girl?
No.
3, 2, 1. Kangaroo. Go Scott
French.
and Robert.
French.
Both correct.
And your hopefully last question?
Yes.
I just mean because we're out of backups. In Little Women, when Mr. Dashwood initially rejects Joe's first sent pages of Little Women, he says he would prefer other stories of what variety?
I like my stories to be about two kids and a thing that they built going back in time.
I thought you were going to loop this back to being about Luca again.
No,
Adelaide.
I just really want like a Magic Treehouse series.
We're not making
Like
a gayer
HBO or
Luca.
something.
We don't have the budget for it.
Luca 2.
You don't?
This time,
Promises were
I
made.
don't know. 5,
Barely afford chairs.
3,
That's probably true.
1. Robert
Short and scandalous.
and Scott.
It's just scandalous.
It is just scandalous.
Okay. I could
Are
challenge.
we gonna have to do it again?
If you want to challenge, you can. Otherwise,
All right, fine. I'm gonna challenge because I can.
all right. With that, we'll go to challenge. We'll be right
Opened
back.
it up, so I'm gonna do it.
All right, so we double checked it. Both the script and the video, both of them do say just scandalous. So Robert will lose his challenge for the duration of this match, which means at the end of round 2, it is 19-15 in Robert's favor. Scott did not miss a little women question, so he wins in his heart. Going into round 3. Round 3 is known as the IMDb round. You'll receive 3 questions at a variety of point values where we will ask you to guess the film. For 2 points, we'll give you the year of release, lead actor and plot keywords. For 3 points, we'll give you the year of release, director and plot keywords. And for 5 big points, we'll give you the year of release and give it 2. Between director, actor, supporting actor, genre, and plot keywords.
To clarify, for 2 points, we'll give you the year, the actor, and the genre, not the
Oh, I'm
keywords.
tired. All right, yes. Robert, since you were in the lead, would you like questions from set 1 or set 2?
Set 2.
All right, so Scott, I will give you your questions in set number 1. Your first question. Your year is 2016. Your lead actor was Amy Adams, and your genres are science fiction, drama, and mystery.
Arrival.
Correct for 2 points. All right. Still to you for this one. Just send it back to Robert, though, for 3 points. Your year is 1988. Your director is Martin Brest, and your plot keywords are mafia, accountant, and bail jumper.
Midnight Run.
That is correct for 3 points. And the lead.
The lead, sending it back to Robert, trying to hit a 2-point question. Your year is 2015. Your actor is Tom Hardy, and your genre is action, science fiction, and adventure.
Five.
Repeat.
All right. Robert's first repeat.
Once again, your year is 2015. Your actor is Tom Hardy, and the genre is action, science fiction, and adventure.
This is weird that I can't look at this. I'm gonna burn my second repeat.
All right. Once again, your year is 2015. Your actor is Tom Hardy, and the genre is action, science fiction, and adventure.
I weirdly am blanking on this. I don't know. Lock.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Mad Max Fury Road.
That makes a lot of sense.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't think of it either.
It got me.
Now Robert's 3.
Yep. Moving on to your 3-point question. Your year is 1997. Your director is James Mangold, and your plot keywords are NYPD, internal affairs, and corruption.
I definitely picked the wrong set. That's for sure.
Five.
Donnie Brasco?
That is incorrect. Looking for Copland.
Oh my god, yeah. Wow, I am.
Okay, so now to send it back to Scott and to not lose the match, Robert's 5.
We'll need to hit the 5-pointer to send it back. For 5 points, your year is 2004.
Actor and plot keywords, please.
Actor, plot keywords. All right. So once again, for 5 points, your year is 2004. Your actor is Nicole Kidman, and your plot keywords are Connecticut, television, and breakdown.
The Stepford Wives?
That is correct for 5.
Nice pull.
Big points. Now up to 24. Scott must hit his 5 to win this. Scott, your year is 2001. What would you like?
Let's go director keywords.
All right. So again, your year is 2001. Your director is Henry Selick, and your plot keywords are coma, god of sleep, and cartoonist.
Repeat.
All right, your second repeat. Once again, your year is 2001. Your director is Henry Selick, and your plot keywords are coma, god of sleep, and cartoonist. Five, four.
Repeat.
All right, the last repeat. Your year is 2001. Your director is Henry Selick, and your plot keywords are coma, god of sleep, and cartoonist.
I don't know why this is coming to my head. I don't even know if this is what this movie's about. The Majestic.
And your winner, Robert Castner, looking for Monkey Bone. Monkey
Oh,
Bone.
God. Yeah. No, thank you.
With that, we will jump into post-match interviews, starting with our unfortunate second-place finisher, Scott. 20 points in the loss is nothing to sneeze at. Again, you swept the movie you wanted to. How are you doing?
I mean, I deserve to lose the match. I'll come right out and say that. I mean, my round 2 was terrible for as far as his movie goes. I don't know. I mean, maybe I didn't really like the movie that much. I found it a little boring, so maybe that had something to do with it. So good pick, I guess, Robert, because it tripped me up there. But yeah, I'm glad. Like the last, question. If you'd given me Brendan Fraser, I probably still wouldn't have gotten it. I probably still would not have gotten it. So I'm glad that my choice didn't ruin anything. So it was what it was. I mean, I have no one to blame but myself for this one, honestly.
This will take you out for a bit. However, you are still in teams for the rest of the season, even if we don't see you here. But when you come back next season, is there anyone who you want to play going forward?
I'd like to have a rematch. Honestly, like this was not either of our best match. I think, like again, my round 2 was not as good. Obviously Robert didn't get his 2 or 3 pointer in round 3, so I would like to see, I guess, what we could do at full strength, maybe. But good luck to Robert. All credit to him. He played a great match, and good luck to him in the next round.
Absolutely. We will see you later this season when you get to the semifinals within teams.
Yeah.
And now we go to today's winner, Robert Castner. How are you?
Going through a series of emotions because I definitely thought I blew this one heavily because I haven't gotten a chance to answer a lot of round 3. The only time before this was with Coho. And I thought I would always be good at this, but apparently I'm not. So that's something. Obviously, my round 1 I wish was better. And, I'm glad that the challenges weren't what caused this match to be a loss. Because even if that went the other way, I still would have won by a couple points. So I guess that's something.
Yeah. After this,
Yes.
you will be in the semifinals of the tournament.
Yes.
Playing against the winner of Mark Pinchaka, Caleb Boatman.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Obviously, I will have to be tons better to beat either of them. But this is, honestly, everything from this is gravy. This is where I wanted to get to. I mean, if it's Boatman, he is the unstoppable force and the immovable object all in one. So, I mean, what's going to happen there? Whoa, that was scary. Maybe some weird Law and Order with demon stuff going on at Spence's. No, and then if it's Menchaca, I played him in Geek, obviously, but I haven't got a chance to play him. I would assume, actually, I don't assume. I know he's better at me in regular movies than I am. So it'll be a tough way either way. But like I said, all gravy from here. And let's just say Scott played a good match. He's right. We didn't play up to our apex. So if we did play in a rematch, I think it would be fun. And I think we would put up a better score.
Oh, yeah. Look forward to seeing you the rest of this year. See you in the semifinals.
Thanks, gents. Appreciate it.
Alex, we're both tired. Hell of a match, though.
Yeah, it was a really fun match. A lot of ebbs and flows. I thought that the point deficit for Scott was going to be difficult to overcome, but then he answers those questions, gets right back into the lead. Then it looked like Robert was out of it with his round 3, then comes back and takes the lead and ends up winning the match. So it's really interesting what playing Scott Harvey will do for you. If you can hit those questions, great. If not, oh God, help us all. And yeah, Robert's a bit down on himself because of how he played. They both are. I think that's natural for players who are naturally competitive like they are. We've had a lot of excellent players here say, I did not play well, despite only missing really just a few questions each. And I'm excited to see how they specifically, because this tournament's boring, how they specifically will advance in the tournament. I hope they win. That's great.
Cool. All right. Thank you to Scott and Robert for today. Thank you to Alex. Thank you to Anthony Christina who could not make it. Thank you. Watch Open Night Trivia. Stay inside. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wash your face. Support the local teachers. Get a fucking vaccine. And we'll see you for some more trivia next week. Later.